Are we live? Are we live? Are we live? So I'm here live at Leiria Con in Portugal with Cock Bongo, and as you'll see, that there shows how many people are currently watching the live stream.
Less than one.
I'm neurotic about being on time, and every time I do it, always one person.
My mum's here. That's good. Hi, Mum.
So, first of all, I want to say welcome to the Leiria Con. If the camera's a bit shit, it's because I forgot my actual webcam, so I'm using my laptop webcam, but it's all right, isn't it?
Seems good. It seems all right. I mean, we look, slightly faded and jaded, but that's
it sort of fades away the oldness to some degree, doesn't it?
Only to a very small degree.
To a very small degree.
We are not young men.
No. I think are you older than me?
I am older than you.
My God, that's rough, isn't it?
It's my birthday on Monday.
How old are you on Monday?
49.
Bloody hell.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Next year's time for the Logan's Run, isn't it?
Well, next year. renew. Yeah, I'm 20 years past Logan's Run, mate.
All right, so tell us. You're a veteran of Leiria Con. Tell us about your Leiria Con experiences.
Oh, in general or
yeah, in general, and then talk about this shit.
Oh God, it's great. It's nice to come to a con that the sun shines at.
Yeah.
It's nice to come to a con where nearly everyone isn't an arsehole.
Nearly everyone isn't an arsehole.
I mean, you never go 100%, but certainly.
I mean, I am an arsehole, but I'm not sure I'm one of those, people who you're just like, oh, I'm never going to talk to that company.
They're not the people where you're like, oh, fucking hell, why did they sit at my table?
Exactly.
Type thing. No. You also, and this is easy to underestimate the impact of a con where regularly everyone just breaks for food.
Yeah.
Right? It doesn't happen at any other con I've ever been to. The fact everyone goes, right, come on. There's a mess hall vibe to it.
Definitely is a mess hall vibe.
Definite mess hall vibe, but that's good because you all go in, you all eat, which is something that board gamers are very bad at.
Right.
Eating well or eating at all. Also, everyone breaks at the same time, so it doesn't mess up your games.
Exactly.
Right? Also, you also end up, liaising with people that you wouldn't normally, not necessarily just the people that you were playing a game with.
Right.
But you go and sit down at someone else's table. It's easy to kind of underestimate how like significant that changes from any other con.
So what I love about this convention so much is the self-contained nature of it.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. That it really is like everything is self-contained within its own arena. And what that promotes, what I think is interesting, is a kind of cross-pollination thing. You all kind of feel you're doing the same thing.
Yeah, no.
So you can play loads of games with loads of different people and it's the same. Right?
Totally. And sure, all cons have that. All cons have the players wanted at the table. Their games library, and that's here as well. All that stuff is here as well. But I've never felt the need to. I've never felt that situation where I've been sitting at a table, kind of going, "Oh God, I'm not going to get to play this game because there aren't a couple of people that I need." You literally put your hand up and go, "Oi, you played this before,
right?
No,
exactly.
Come over here." And they'll come over, and they might, they speak English, which is still the thing that just amazes me. And I thank every moment of my life while I'm here that everyone speaks English. And they'll come over and they'll be like, "Who are you? What's this?" And then half an hour later, you played a trick-taking game you've never heard of, and it's been fantastic.
And it's fortunate, I think, that it's held in Portugal.
Oh, God.
In the sense that, well, the weather and all that, but in the sense that Portuguese, with all due respect, is not a hugely significant language.
Mm-hmm.
So there is a compulsion for people to reach out in English. And you cannot overestimate the blessing we have been endowed speaking the fucking lingua franca, right?
The first year I was here, which was only 2 years ago, this is only my third.
Oh, really?
Yeah, this is all, yeah. I know it's because I'm so old, right?
Was it 2019 though?
No, 22. Post-pandemic, because we all caught COVID on the way home.
That's true.
Yeah, we all caught COVID kind of on the Sunday night playing Tournament Avalon with like 6 people.
Right.
Every single one of those 6 people got COVID. But I was sitting pretty much in exactly the same spot as we're sitting here, with a bunch of different people. I think Boydell was there.
Yeah.
Inga and Marcus Brand were there. A number of the Portuguese guys that run here were here. And I kind of stopped and I was a little bit drunk. But I said, guys, everyone around here, can I just thank you from the bottom of my heart for speaking English?
Right.
Right? And everyone was like, oh, no, it's absolutely fine. And the brands were like, okay, it's fine. But you should try harder. And I thought, yeah, that's absolutely legitimate.
Yeah,
I probably
fuck you.
should.
Fuck
Yeah.
you.
But God bless them, they're great.
All right, so we here have two new people to hop on the stream. The original host, who's just run in. It's all right. You're only 6 minutes late. It's fine. Stevie Boy Cyrek and Julian Pombo, designer of what's it called? Pampero. Right. Who's going to take a seat?
Pass it back. No.
Stevie, Julian. Right. I'm going to rush up some more people. Get the skinny on Julian.
I want to apologize first of all to Ben. Usually when we do these things, we just sort of start whenever.
Exactly.
And I looked at my watch. I don't actually wear a watch, and it was past 9, and I'm on the phone with my wife. I'm like, I gotta go.
To be fair, I did have a bit of a nap after dinner, so I wasn't rustling people up. So this is Julian. This is Steve.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
We met last year, actually. Yeah.
I'm gonna grab some more
I
people.
It was me, you, and the forehead of
you have
he
the
who
pleasure
will not be
of,
named.
I was dropping wine on you.
So, oh, look at that. Jim Crimmins. Very happy to see Steve there. Look.
Yeah.
So
finally, 1 year later.
exactly, you've
1 year
actually got. To
I had to watch. I had to watch the live stream from one of the cabins just over there last
because
year.
he was sick last year.
Yeah, I've got
He's a little baby child.
I've got six beverages on that.
Do you want one,
Yeah.
Julian?
I only came here to insult Uli.
Excellent.
The rest is a bonus.
So I've told Uli that the live stream is actually happening at 9 p.m. on Saturday.
Right. So he's good.
I think I threw him off the trail.
Right. Ask Julian about his games, about his life, about how Luis Suarez is the greatest human being in the world.
The biggest biter you will find.
Number 2, Darwin Nunez, and I'll be back in 2 minutes.
Julian, I want to hear about La Pura Vida. You're from Uruguay, right?
I'm from Uruguay.
Do you experience in Uruguay La Pura Vida?
I don't know what that is.
I don't know either. I assume it means like being on the beach and like doing a lot of cocaine or something like that.
Well, the marijuana is
Just
legal
like-
in Uruguay, so you can have it.
Just like succumbing to like. So I live in Germany, right?
Yeah.
And people in Germany don't like experience pleasure and joy and happiness.
Oh yes, I know.
Speaking of someone who doesn't experience pleasure
Yeah,
and
you
joy
can see it in
and
his
happiness.
face.
No, Uli, no, Uli, nobody knows who you are. Nobody thinks it's funny, okay?
Yeah.
I've been given strict instructions by Ben to keep you away from the live stream this year. I was not able.
Oh my God.
No, get out of
Oh my
here.
God. We have the craziest table
Get
of my
out of
life.
here.
Stay away.
He just wants to ruin everything beautiful. As I was saying, people in Germany don't know how to enjoy life. But I assume in South America, you're all on the beach all the time. You're drinking, you're dancing.
Maybe in Brazil. Maybe in Brazil.
There's not a thing in Uruguay.
No, Uruguay is a great, sad country.
Really?
We are not that happy. No. We are melancholy people. We are always thinking the best glories of the past. Yeah.
So tell us about your game. What inspired it?
Well,
Was it your gray, dismal country where you don't experience La Pura Vida?
Yeah, we made a great thing by accident of turning into green energy, and we are now 98% green energy by building wind farms all over the place, and that is what inspired me.
Can you come to my country, which is the United States,
All right.
and help us become 98% green energy?
No need to. You are going that way on your own.
I think we're basically 98% Trump energy. We
Yeah.
generate electricity from like political hot air.
Make America great again.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. We're working on it. We're working on it.
Nice.
But seriously, is your game literally inspired by Uruguay
Yeah,
itself?
it's a real story. It's 20 years of building wind farms, and it was I don't remember the word, but the whole world was inspired by our example. People from all over the world went
Denmark.
there to study and to.
Denmark has a lot of green energy. Right?
Yeah, a lot of engineers went to Uruguay to understand how to start from small projects and then build wind farms without so many mistakes. So we were an example. We were pioneers on that, and
So what are you trying to do in the game? Are you building up the wind farm industry?
Yes. I'm showing that process, how you start small and then build bigger stuff and all these wind farms, improving the grid and making money because we did it for the money, not to be green.
And is this your first game solo published?
It's my first game solo published.
So I've played Mercado de Lisboa, which is also...
It's a co-design with Vital Lacerda.
Yeah. What was it like co-designing a game with Vital Lacerda?
Well, I've been working with him since 2015, so it was just normal.
We've got a drink delivery here.
Yeah,
so
thank you.
So are you essentially the only major game designer in your country?
Yes.
Are you the most famous board game designer in Uruguay?
Nobody knows me, but I am.
How does that feel to be such a celebrity?
Well, in Uruguay, nobody knows me except fellow designers with working in smaller games.
But you've got an entire country as your personal board gaming playground.
Yes, I did. I'm very proud of that.
So
I'm very proud.
Besides wind farms, like what other themes do you think you can derive from your country's history and landscape to make a game about?
Well, the next game I will make, not the next I will publish, is about the Guarani Aquifer. The Guarani Aquifer is the third biggest water reservoir in the world that lies below Uruguay, Argentina, Brazil, and Paraguay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and it's a resource that is very misused and quite ignored at the moment. But in the future, it will be very, very important because it's sweet water.
So you're really into these like ecologically themed games as well as Uruguayan specific games.
I like modern themes. Okay, the next game that I will publish is about artificial intelligence. It will come next year. Building robots. You are an artificial intelligence. So I like modern stuff, and this thing about the water is something that happened in the early 2000s, and we never developed that thing. So I like modern things.
So Ben is back. I'm going to ask you one more question. Which city is better?
But I'm handing out.
Oh my God, Uli.
Be careful the bee is over my computer.
Which city is better, Montevideo or Buenos Aires?
Oh, well, Buenos Aires is like an European city entrenched in South America. So there is more life, there is more people, there is more night. Montevideo is a much calmer city where you are not going to be robbed.
So in Buenos Aires, you are going to be robbed. Is that what you're saying?
Most likely,
Okay.
yes. You're going to take a cab and they're going to drive you. Nobody knows where. In Montevideo, that is not going to happen. Okay, it's much calmer. You can walk by the beach, by the seashore. It's a really nice city, but it's not has as much life as Buenos Aires.
So are Ben and I, should I assume that we're both invited to come visit? You live in Montevideo, right?
I don't live in Montevideo, but you can come anytime. I can take you
Do you live
around.
in the countryside of Uruguay?
Yes, I live 200 kilometers away from Montevideo in a town that is...
Can you go 200 kilometers away from Montevideo and still be in Uruguay?
Yes, incredible, yes. But if you go 301 kilometers, you are in another country.
Okay, so Ben and I have a standing invitation to visit you.
Yes, anytime.
In the countryside of Uruguay, Ben.
Yeah.
How can we say no to this?
Yeah. It's
Well-
gonna be fine losing you in the wilderness.
Do we have to bring Uli with us when we visit you?
Oh, yes, because we can let him loose in the forest and then hunt him down. That will be
Yes.
fun.
Okay, we have a plan. We have a plan.
All right, should we do a swap out?
Yeah.
Uli?
All right. Oh my God. Uli, come here.
I'll get you paper towel.
I just told Uli off about spilling beer on my computer, and I just spilled beer on my computer. This is a fucking nightmare. So if anyone's got any questions that they want to ask Uli Blay, if anyone, J Matthews is come on in a minute, if anyone's got any questions for Jason, Uli, please.
What am I doing here?
We're gonna swap out. It's. Well, you can sit there.
Yeah, I thought I was co-hosting.
You are
Yeah,
co-hosting.
but
How do I co-host?
right on the floor.
How do I
Just
co-host?
only on the floor.
Stand there in the middle. Can't believe I just pissed beer all over my computer.
I can believe it.
All right, so Uli, get in the picture.
So I'll just stand here like Hannibal Buress.
Yeah, looking gorgeous. So, Uli, how has your Leiria Con been so far? Oh, and if anyone's got any questions that they want to ask Uli, Jason, me, Steve Alicious, get on it. Uli, how's your Leiria Con been so far?
It's wonderful as usual. The most lovely people here in Portugal. The most enjoyable convention over here. So it's simply a blast. It's wonderful.
So, you played my prototype today.
Mhm.
Do you think it's the best prototype you've ever played in your life?
But
Of
you
course.
came to talk to Uli about his impressions of Leiria Con.
Yeah.
All you want to do is to actually talk to him about your game.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, I love your prototype. I just think the title is bad. I think the best title would be Ming Voyage.
Yeah. It should be called Ming Voyage.
Yeah.
So
Minge Voyage.
So we're going to record a live episode of Spielworks Bulletin on Saturday with Ignacy. Ignacy's not arrived yet.
Ignacy has arrived. I talked to him. He has retired. Had a long day trip, but he's here.
Oh, he is here.
Yeah, he's
So,
here.
so what's coming up with Spielworks then?
Spielworks' next bigger thing is APOS, again, this game. Raising Chicago, of course, is coming out. We have so many different things at
Are we
the
going to see
same
Raising
time.
Chicago at Essen this year?
Yes, you should see so.
I'm excited
You
about this
should-
because Squaring
yeah.
Circle Hill.
Yeah,
Squaring Circle Hill was a great game.
it should be out
I
at
like
that
this
time.
series.
Yeah, it's an urban evolution series. It's nice. Yeah.
And so what's the best thing about Leiria Con, would you say?
It's my bag.
The single best thing is that everybody can enjoy themselves as they want to. So
Right.
we can play one game after another. We can play 24 hours basically, but we can also relax. And yesterday the weather was so beautiful we could go to the beach.
Yeah.
We have a
Enjoy
question, man. We have a
ourselves.
question.
The kind of beer I spilled was Superbock over my laptop.
Yeah, because as you know, Ben is a bloody idiot.
I mean, that's not untrue.
It's not a surprise.
It's such a good idea to have like 6 cups of beer in like flimsy plastic, a computer, and a bunch of
And-
expensive
and
recording equipment.
What is interesting,
Makes
there
a lot of sense.
what you probably do not see, there are another 3
Bloody be careful! I've already done it.
here.
This is
and
very
here,
dangerous.
And here, you see them, and these are all different cups,
Maybe,
and they are simply there.
maybe we should move them.
Why?
That's
Why?
moronic. Why would you
Just
move them?
drink them.
How about we
All I want to ask Uli is when Carolingi will be delivered, and any news about 1837
So-
Saxonia.
I'm a backer of Carolingi.
Yeah, so first thing is very good questions. So Carolingi should be out in September, should be delivered in September, should be in your hands in September. And 1837 Saxonia, we're working on it. It will take a little bit of while, but we are working on it.
Excellent. So
You're kicking me out.
I'm
now?
kicking you out.
But why? Is it for
Two-
Costa?
It's for Costa, yeah.
But we could do it this way.
Okay. Explain this to me, Uli.
I'm still sitting here,
Yeah.
and Costa is taking your place.
Who's doing the hosting then?
Are we going to do an impromptu Spielworks
Steve?
bulletin?
So basically, what you're trying to say is you want Costa to sit here looking
Yeah.
awkward for 10 minutes
No.
while you sing Ease Alone songs.
Right.
Is that what you're trying to say?
Shall I start singing?
No.
these songs?
Go away. Costa, so we next on the stream, we have one of the organizers of Leiria Con, Costa. What is your surname? Fernandes?
My surname
Yeah.
is Costa.
Oh, so you go by your surname.
No, it comes from college. There were a lot of
Luis.
I'm Luis.
Luis Costa, yeah.
there were a lot many people with the same first name. So people started calling me by the last
I
name.
mean, there are a lot of people named Luis.
Luis, yes.
Luis.
Luis.
Is it Luis?
Luis.
I have a Portuguese Aikido student, and I've been calling him Luis for 7 years, and he never corrected me.
Luis.
I'd have to
So,
start calling him
It's
Luis.
very close, but it's very close.
I have a
It's
question
very
for you.
close.
What percentage?
I know that the bugger would come again. Last year did the same thing. Burger attack.
What percentage?
I gotta play defense over
of-
here.
What percentage of Portuguese people are called João?
João. João.
Oh, it's João.
Hard-hitting
João.
journalism as always.
Many.
It's like
many.
almost everyone's called João.
No, not everyone, but there are a pretty bunch. There are lots of them. Yeah, it's a very common Portuguese first name.
It is. So tell us, what is new and different about Leiria Con this
You're a
year?
grown man, Uli.
What's new and different? Well, what we try to do differently. Well, that's a tricky one because it's hard to innovate and to be. There's always room to become better and to do better, but it's a challenge for us to come with those ideas and those. So what we try to do is to not go down,
Right.
not do worse. So keep up with everything that is good and try to improve the stay of people here, the way that people circulate and appreciate the convention in the best way possible, trying to give them comfort and accessibility and the best tools to just have fun, play games, and talk around. So
You're extremely successful at this. How are you going to make sure that you don't destroy this beautiful thing that you've created because of that very success? Word is getting out about Leiria Con.
So
I
this
know.
year, for instance, right, getting a room in the hotel was
crazy.
almost fucking impossible, right?
Yes.
Uli almost didn't get a room.
I know.
Somehow you let him. We almost got away with it.
Now, next year, I will pretend to book all of the hotel rooms so Uli doesn't get one. You keep your head out of my stream.
So
Nobody wants to look up your nostrils, okay?
that, as you were saying, one of the things that we can do to make sure that the event doesn't go out of control is continue to limit the entries. So if we continue as we have before with open event, we could not control the people that would come in. So we've had 11,000, 12,000, 15,000, and then it becomes unbearable.
Right.
There's so many people. With the ticket system, with a limited amount of people, we can assure that we always can get this perfect size, this perfect event. Unfortunately, not all people will come.
You're not going to be seduced by the prospect of all that sweet
All that
cash.
money.
No.
If you move to a bigger venue,
No.
more people.
The only option for us after this place that we are now is go to a pavilion like Essen.
Right.
And that won't be Leiria Con. And we will never compromise to that. So this is what we have. We are happy. The hotel management is happy. As long as they exist and we exist, Leiria Con will be here.
And I guess you don't need to worry about money because of all that money Uli gave you for Yinsi, right?
Yes. What?
So I've got a question for you. Costa, what do you think of Yinsi Ming? Can you share your thoughts?
What is Yinsi Ming?
Yinzi Ming is the new version of
Yeah.
our first game, Yinzi. The game was is going to be released the second edition by Salex from France. They did some rework in the game. We tried to make the game a little bit more streamlined,
Yeah.
more elegant. And after a lot of work, what Salex did and what we did, the game changed more than what I wanted without being completely different. It still has the same core mechanic, the same feeling, but it was really streamlined, and it's a new, exciting experience that I think people will enjoy.
And when is this out?
I think it will be out about Essen or late this year.
And so did you change publisher because you couldn't bear working with Uli anymore?
No. And in fact,
So you're allowed to be honest on this stream.
I hope to have more games with Uli. I think the deal was Silex bought the license of the game from Uli and did the second edition.
Oh, so Uli's making money from.
Uli's making all the money. Yes.
You keep your face out of my stream, Blennerman.
Not the face, it's just the nose. That's the bloody nose.
So Costa, thank you so much
I
for
just
joining
want
in.
to say one last thing.
Oh, yeah.
That is very important for us. All our partners, all our sponsors, all our supporters, the Portuguese publishers. I have Ricardo in front of me here
Yeah.
from the Vir. All the other partners that are here in the event, they are very important for us. We have FNAC, which is very important for us. They also support us and help us. I cannot tell all of them, but a big thank you to all of our partners and sponsors, which helps us make this big event.
Thank you, Costa.
Okay, thank you.
So here we have a special guest. He's just coming to sit down now.
I feel like I should get another chair.
Yeah, if you want to get one, yeah. So we have
Hi, Ben. How
we
are
have
you?
Ricardo from Devia Games.
Yes,
So tell the viewers who you are and what you do.
I'm the organized play manager at the Vir Group.
Devia is a Spanish publisher, right?
It's Brazilian, but European headquarters are based in Barcelona, yes. And all the publishing team are also in Barcelona. So that's how most of the authors and other publishers believe that the Vir is Spanish.
Oh, okay. And what's your role at Devia?
I run all the demos worldwide,
Right.
and the competitions.
And do you travel a lot for that?
Yes.
I mean, like where? Super exotic places.
Let's say in 2023, I've been in Essen,
Yeah.
Germany, UK Game Expo, Birmingham, World Series of Board Games, Las Vegas,
Right.
Mega XP, Mexico. And this year, I'm hoping to assist to Diversão Offline in São Paulo, Brazil,
Oh, very exciting.
Modena Play, and so on. So I can continue like Cordoba Festival in Spain or DAO in Barcelona, many others.
You're an international man of board game mysteries.
So how did you get into the board game industry?
I started as a board gamer. I've played semi-professionally for a decade,
What does semi-professionally mean?
having my own work,
Right.
having sponsors for playing.
Right.
I won several world championships, and in
What?
I'm Stone Age World Champion. The
Oh,
reigning
wow.
one.
What?
Stone Age.
Stone Age.
Yeah. Respect.
Raining.
And in 2018, I won the World Euro Game Championships overall.
Wow.
With Marco Polo, Dominion, Catan, Carcassonne, many others like Ticket to Ride and so far.
I won a Robo Rally Championship in 1997.
Yeah, he did. He won a Robo Rally Championship.
1997.
And then at that moment, Devir CMO, the marketing manager, contract me to expand the passion to other players.
So, tell us then, what can we? I know you're doing your presentation tomorrow, is it?
In 2 nights.
In 2 nights on Saturday. Tell us.
So nice.
Tell us what we can.
Hey, Uli, no, Uli, that's disgusting. Nobody wants to see that.
Tell us what we can expect from Devia coming up.
A lot of great games. In fact, since 2019, we have the hottest game in Essen every year. We had
So you
Red
have
Cathedral,
Bitoku?
Bitoku, Lacrimosa, White Castle. So
Yeah.
on. So this would be normally a year like that. Last month we've released Salt and Sea.
Yes, I've seen people playing
it's
it. Yeah.
about to arrive. Sand. Then we have Cities from Phil Walker Harding, and in Essen we're going to have another game of the Kamushi Saga. That it's the saga started by Silk and Bitoku,
Yeah.
and then Bamboo. It's also from the same saga,
Yeah.
and it's going to be a year full of good releases of original and also licensing games.
And so, can you publish my game?
Why not?
I've got
If
my-
it's good.
I've got my
There's a gap for
prototype
it.
here, so.
Okay, so it's 9:30, which means I should start the Mega Catan with 12
Oh
players.
yeah, I've seen it. It's
so
impressive.
I should leave.
Thank
then.
you so much,
Thank
Ricardo.
you.
Have a
We
great day.
should start a bidding war with Uli for the game rights. though.
See you.
So we're going to answer a few questions. So, Steve, does Uli know that Steve is drinking on the job
Drinking on the job is actually mandatory at
at
Spielworks.
Spielworks?
So it would be a problem if I wasn't.
Right, exactly. Steve, do you drink Sagres or Superbock?
Whatever they've got.
Yeah, indeed you do. This one's for me. Very important. Has Ben finished painting a single orc? No is the answer to that.
Why not?
Because I've been very slack about it, but I'm doing a neon color scheme.
How long does it take you to paint a single figure?
Well, it should only take you a couple of hours.
No, Uli.
It should only take you a couple of hours.
Nobody wants to look up your nose, Uli.
So Matthew Coates, serrated blade Coates.
Oh, serrated blades.
Says someone get Uli a tissue. Unfortunately,
Give Uli something else in a second.
I think Ricardo did say when Salt and Sea will be published, and that's at some point in the future.
I mean, it's here.
It is here.
It's in shrink wrap right over there.
He did say it, I think.
You know about the Salton Sea?
Yeah. What is the Salton Sea?
It's like an inland sea in Southern California that I believe is some kind of like post-industrial apocalyptic wasteland.
Oh, amazing.
Used to be very nice.
I'm gonna fucking smack him in a minute.
This is Uli's idea of contributing to the live stream. He actually thinks this is hilarious.
So, I agree with Steve on the nose issue.
Yeah, thank you.
Serrated
How could
Blade.
you not?
Serrated Blade asks, "How is Portuguese beer? What's the style?"
Uli, no. Uli. How did you do this without me last year?
Oh, it was horrendous.
I mean, you could actually get all kinds of different styles of beer in Portugal. There are a number of craft beer places.
I had a craft
in Lisbon.
IPA today from Portugal.
Like the basic stuff is just lager. I mean, it's like every other lager.
Yeah.
Someone asked about Sagres versus Superbock. Is there a difference?
I don't think there is. So for the listeners, the guy is mopping the floor and some guy just fucking fell over. It was brilliant.
I think they're all like in the style of typical German lager beer.
Well, sure.
But there's a lot of variety in other styles.
What's your opinion on Schadenfreude?
I love it.
Yes, great, isn't it?
Yeah, watching other people.
I just
fall
laughed
down.
at the bloke falling over.
You're 46 years old.
Yeah.
And you laugh.
No, I'm not. I'm not.
Aren't you?
No.
No, you are.
No, I'm not.
56.
I was 47 on Sunday.
Are you 47?
I'm 47 years old. Yeah.
Wait a minute. How old am I? Oh, I'm about to turn 46.
Yeah, you're about to turn 46.
Oh, shit. This is like that brief window of time when you're 2 years older than me.
Exactly. So, what are you looking
for? I don't care about the beer. It's all about the port for me. I don't drink port anywhere except Portugal. What a pretentious thing to say.
Oh, but it's true. Oh, we've got another guest for the live stream.
Cher, Madonna, Zendaya,
Pele, Messi.
And in board games, there is
only
the one and only
Order. So here we are with Andreas Ordendal.
That's correct.
Currently known as Order.
Also true.
You've got a scar on your forehead. Where did you get that scar from?
I'm basically Harry Potter, but before he was.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, before he was Harry Potter.
So this is Harry Potter has really let himself go.
I look at Oda and I think he's basically Harry Potter.
Do you really want to know how this scar happened?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
I ran against a door, so not front, but the edge.
How did you run into a door?
Oh, I was little. I was only 1 year
old.
old.
You're a baby.
Yes.
So this was like 1907.
Correct.
Anyway, so we're here with Order. So first, before I ask you about business and
doing it again.
allow you to do something. So someone's a fan. They say Order for president.
Yeah. Oh, thank you very much, but I'm not president material.
President of Monsanto Leverkusen.
President of which country?
Oh no,
I mean not Germany. Germany's president is strictly ceremonial. What's the point?
No, I'm more like a wise king, not a president.
So you like chopping people's heads off?
Yeah, correctly. And my wife's no.
Woof! You heard it here first, people.
No.
So who'd you rather have as president, though, Donald Trump or Oda?
Oh, Oda.
Yeah, any day.
At least the animals would be all right.
I think you should put your.
The White House would just be full of animals, though.
True.
How many animals do you currently own as a pet?
We have 5 dogs.
Yeah.
5 or 6 cats.
Yeah.
2 goats.
Yeah.
A couple of chickens.
Yeah.
And a lot of spiders, I guess.
Oh, certainly spiders.
Yeah, certainly.
Some rats, probably.
Oh yes, they live in our garden in the chicken shed. but only if the chicken don't catch them. You know, our chickens really
They
hunt,
eat the rats,
No, they hunt them and they just
peck the shit out of them.
yeah.
Wow, it's
They do.
impressive.
I want to know what it's like to be Uli's neighbor.
So well, it's not not exactly the neighborhood, so I have to drive for 20 minutes.
Are you far enough away that you don't have to see him that often?
No, I would love to see him
Get-
more often.
Would you? We're seeing plenty of him right now.
Yeah, I mean the
Up his
viewers.
nose, up his nose.
So tell us, what's your impressions of Leiria Con thus far?
Oh, it's very, very calm, very chill, very friendly people.
First time.
First time for me, yes. We went one day to Lisboa and we had a lovely evening of fado.
Oh, how did you find the fado?
It was amazing.
Great, isn't it?
Because it's so unpretentious, you know. They just sit there in a chair. They get the guitar without any techniques or whatever, and they just sit there, play the guitar, and then someone stands up and just starts to sing. Without a microphone, anything.
We went to Fado.
Beautiful.
And we're there, and we sat there, and they start bringing the food around, and the waiter brings us food, and then suddenly he just went, "Excuse me a second," and then just started singing with the most beautiful voice I'd ever heard. It was fucking
Did you feel
insane.
saudade?
So what?
Saudade is what you're supposed to feel when you listen to fado. It's
Melancholy.
Oh, melancholy.
I think Heimweh.
Oh, it's basically my natural feeling. So I'm a very melancholic guy.
You're a German guy.
Yes.
So-
Weltschmerz.
Weltschmerz is the word.
Yes.
So, no burros?
El burro.
What's happening with El Burro?
Maybe Matthew Serrated Blade Coates wants to know if he has donkeys.
No, only in games. I
Is a
have
burro a
donkeys only in
donkey or a
games.
mule?
It's a donkey. It's the mule. It's a donkey.
It's a
El
donkey,
burro
right?
is the donkey.
The donkey, right? Yeah.
Yeah. And of course, I chose the name for the game because in German, the donkey is like an insult for a very dim person.
Right.
And I love that people think about me this way. But also, on the other hand, in English, the donkey is someone with a very large body part. And I also love
Donkey dick, yeah, that is a thing, yeah.
Yeah, and I thought that would be very appropriate as well.
Also, but it does mean a stupid person.
Okay.
Don't be a donkey.
Probably a donkey is also in English. It's
Yeah,
also,
yeah.
Okay.
Jackass.
Jackass.
So tell us about game builders and what's happening with game builders then.
Oh, yes, we started the company 2 years ago.
Yeah, with Applejack.
With
is it?
Applejack by Uwe Rosenberg, a tile laying game. Then we published Fantanubo last year, a very big, heavy Euro game.
Also by Uwe
Also
Rosenberg?
by Uwe, but the main designer was Mike Keller.
Right.
And Uwe helped a
I'm
little
gonna,
bit.
I'm gonna murder him.
Out of here.
And then at some point, Mike asked me if I want to join the party as well. And then we messed everything up, but we published it anyway.
Nice. And now, because you've got a couple of prototypes
Yes.
here.
We are going to publish a game by a very well-known author, myself.
Andreas Odendahl.
Yes. No. It's basically why I started the company. So I want to publish my own games and be in charge of developing the games. And yeah, that's what we're doing right now. So Suna Valo will be the game.
Yeah.
It's a 2-player game.
Come on, come on.
Oh, come on, Nuno.
Nuno, come on.
We have wine. Come on, Nuno, we have wine. Oh.
I want to speak to one of them.
Yeah.
So 2-player game. We're going to publish it in Essen this year. And I'm actually currently working on our 2025 release, which will be a huge build-up game, strategic game again. So this year it's a little bit smaller game, 2-player game in the Applejack box. So midweight to.
And the plan is to release a game at Essen every year. Is that the plan? And are you still working the day job?
No. Yes, but I'm only as a part-time. So I work with a wheelchair driver as a personal assistant to a wheelchair driver, and this is
just when it gets serious.
up your nose.
We're trying to have a serious conversation.
So
You have
this
nothing
is
better to
something that
do?
I do for 25 years, and I really love that job. And it gets even better if I don't have to do it all the time.
Right.
Yeah.
And so is the plan to become a full-time board game professional?
Yeah, sure. It's what I love. It's my passion.
Since you are the prince of the board gaming world.
No, I'm the king.
Well, Prince, as in the singer who only goes by the name Prince.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
Have you thought about changing your name to be like
to symbol,
like an inscrutable symbol?
like can I like draw in the air the symbol? It's sort of like it's a small semicircle, then a bigger circle, then another circle. You just go by that.
I'm a very humble king.
Right. Okay. Anyway, so I'm gonna have Steve hop in while I run around and grab some more people.
Bye.
What am I supposed to do?
Sit there and sit with Uli and Vamp.
Oh my God.
Any questions for any of us? Costa's there vaping. What are you drinking? Just drinking gin.
Just straight gin.
It's a pint of gin.
And they're asking me about drinking on the job.
He's
actually
drinking gin from a wine glass.
Jim Crimmins is saying that Ola appears to be overqualified for the US presidency.
Hey.
He's speaking audible sentences in a second language.
Do you want to see my nose as well?
No, we don't. We're not trying to start a trend here. No, you don't have to do it at all, actually.
Right, Uli. Have a word with Steve. I'm going to go and grab some people.
Okay, yeah, that's good.
Ben, as usual, is over-prepared.
Yeah. So
Uli, what do you think about Ben's trousers?
I think he's a snappy dresser.
Snappy fucking dress.
Yeah, I think that's being extremely generous.
I love it.
I really hope because they can't see what he's wearing.
No.
I really hope photos of this somehow make it onto the internet. This ensemble that he's put together today.
In my opinion,
Some people raise the bar, other people lower it, and other people still bury it in the ground.
Ben is probably just decreasing us in a way we cannot really determine right now. When I saw this morning and he's returning, I thought, wow, this is amazing, but in a certain way. But Ben is Ben, and that's fine.
We wouldn't want him to change at all, would we?
No, no worries. This is fine. It's gold brown with certain 3 stripes on the sides, and you need to be able to wear it. And most people cannot wear it
And pull it off.
Ben can wear it and pull it off.
Yeah, I wish he would pull it off, but like somewhere else here. I want to say one word in defense of you, Uli, and you can respond or not. So all of you watching the live stream, Uli sticking his face in the camera, acting like a little child, 1/10 his age. This man hardly provides for himself any pleasure in life. He goes to various cons and he works the whole day and then goes to his hotel room and does nothing else. He goes to bed early. He wakes up early. It's work. This is the only event where I have ever seen him cut loose and actually enjoy himself and have a good time. That's why you're seeing him act like a little baby child.
I will show my forehead later again.
Something
probably
about this event brings it out of you, Uli.
Yeah, probably within the next 5 minutes, I will show my forehead again.
Let's hope not.
And I think it is a pleasure. I think people demand it.
Nobody wants it.
All right, let's do a shift change.
No,
Get off my stream.
I am taking off.
So this is very exciting. I'm here.
Hello.
Oh, someone's just said Uli is the comedic relief. That's what they're saying.
No, don't encourage him. No. Stop. No. I'm gonna start pulling a few hairs out.
So, you can help me with this. Okay. Any new titles at the con, Nuno? Bizarro Centeiro. How do I say
Exactly. That's how you pronounce it. That's perfect.
Nuno, Bizarro. Oh, why are there so many vowels?
it? Centeiro.
So I will say it once.
Centeiro.
Nuno, Bizarro, Centeiro.
Setier.
Nuno Taro Sigiero.
No, but I don't believe.
In Italian, it would be something like that.
I don't
Sigiero.
believe that Bizarro is your middle name.
It is
It's not my
Bizarro.
middle name. It's my last middle name. I have 2 more names.
I have a question. I was told
Yeah.
I was told that if you meet somebody named Nuno,
Yeah.
they're definitely Portuguese and definitely not Brazilian.
That's for sure.
Why is that? Why do the Brazilians not like your name?
Because it comes from the Latin.
Yeah.
Do you want to have
Nonas?
a class about that?
Meaning-
it will be very entertaining.
No,
meaning eunuch, is it?
Yes, meaning eunuch, the one that teaches a child. You know Latin?
Eunuch.
Yeah.
Without testicles.
Yes. You know this?
No, I was making
How do
a
you
joke.
know this?
I was making a joke that you don't have any balls.
Oh, okay. But I do. And I was also making a joke.
I'm lost.
Anyway, so
Okay, so it's from the Latin EU educates child.
children.
So that's it. So probably the language derived from that, and the Brazilians didn't like the name. So
no, because they don't like
Nothing.
educate the
This
children.
is not a very good story in the end.
yeah.
Anyway, so I'm here with Nuno Bizarro Saltiairo.
Again, perfect.
So I've already spoken to Costa about
Spanish that.
I've already spoken to Costa about Leiria Con.
Okay.
So I want to talk about you've been, and we're not going to get into the.
Is that for me?
Oh yeah, go on.
Thank you.
We're not going to talk about the unpleasantness
Okay.
because we don't.
The elephant in the room.
Yeah, we're not talking about the elephant in the room.
No, don't encourage him. Uli, get out. This is worse than last year.
But you know, you and your partner in games, not partner in life,
course.
unless the situation's changed, and then congratulations.
No, it's the same.
Paolo.
It was just friends.
I forgot his
With
name.
benefits.
What are the benefits?
He has the benefit. He's my sister.
Oh, he's married to your sister. That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
Mhm.
So, you know, you've designed some wonderful games.
Yes.
Well, you've got Nippon. You've got the one about canals.
Oh, the one you love, then you don't remember the name.
Exactly.
Yeah, that one, yes.
The one with the canals.
Panamax.
Of course.
You've got the one whose name we're not going to mention because then the fucking internet will explode for 10 minutes.
Yes.
But what was very exciting is you sent a form around
Mhm.
saying what prototypes are going to be at
Mhm.
Leiria Con this
Yes.
year. And there was a couple
Mhm.
from the dynamic duo of Santiago,
Wow. It just keeps getting better.
Paolo, I still can't remember his fucking
Soledad.
Soledad.
I'm actually in the mood right now for a traditional Portuguese drink. Not port. There's another one.
Bagasso?
No.
Oh, not
Ginger?
Picasso.
No, it's the one.
Gingin's great.
It's the one that's named after that small island.
Oh, Madeira. Oh, yeah. Let's not talk about that drink.
It's great.
Do you have it here?
Of course.
I can get one here.
Yes.
Because I've been waiting a while.
Oh, they've got it here.
Of course.
I thought it was stuck in China.
That was the other Portuguese sweet drink, is port.
Sorry. Anyway, so what games have you got coming out? Because I've heard a sneaky rumor. Now, this might not be allowed for a live stream, but I've heard that you and a certain Belgian publisher have been talking about publishing a game.
You heard badly. That's not true.
Is it not true?
No.
So much for your scoop.
But what have you been up to design-wise?
No, I have a couple of prototypes. Probably, most certainly, one for Essen next year.
I've heard that
Yeah.
you and Rainer Knizia are in talks.
Is this live?
Yeah, it is live, yeah.
What do you think?
Yes, and another one that will be probably late next year or something.
And so what are they? Because
They are in
you're,
the final stages of production. They have a new publisher.
so you're doing something with Pythagoras, are you?
Yes. And hopefully I can give some details in the near future. For now, I want to have everything secure, as you know.
Why don't they understand why?
No.
Why is that?
I don't know.
For some
You're just a responsible business person.
for some reason, I'm really thinking about a certain type of Portuguese sweet wine.
I'd really like to get one if I could.
So,
Just one. I'm not greedy.
Hashtag me too.
so what are the weight of these games? Because your previous titles are sort of quite heavy, medium heavy.
I would
Are they
say
of the
one
same
those,
sort of things?
Yeah. One is more or less like Nippon in complexity wise. The other one is a little bit heavier than Nippon, but not as heavier as port.
Right. And so, why,
Wine.
why is Portugal seemingly the capital of super heavy Euro games? You know, you got U2, you've got
true.
Roland Costa, you've got Vital Lacerda. It seems to be that the games coming out of Portugal seem to be medium heavy to heavy Euro games. Do you know why?
I actually think it's like a thing. Let me compare this to music.
Okay.
Because it's the thing I like. I like your shirt. Like the grunge thing in Seattle. It's not
Yeah.
because it was a thing. Everyone was there at the right time. And we started late, as usual in Portugal,
Right.
in board gaming. And at a certain level, we arrived to the same heavy games and the same type of games, and we played all together. And so the Portuguese gamer actually enjoyed a lot of those kinds of games.
Right.
Naturally, when you think of designing and when you think of creating a game, is the one that you like. So an heavy game.
Great.
Wow.
Fucking Germans are stupid, aren't they?
Also that.
And so I assume you design the kind of games you like, right?
I would want.
And so you work at Leiria Con every year.
Yes.
How many games do you play when you're here?
In Leiria Con. It's the 17th edition, and I played like one crokinole or two.
You're one of the organizers, right?
Yes.
So what do we have to do to like make sure that Uli isn't invited back?
It's easy. You have to convince him.
I don't think anyone.
He's not invited.
I just comes.
Oh, he just comes.
You know, 2
I don't
days
think
early
anyone's
before the
ever
convention
convinced him of
starts, he's at
anything.
the door. You know.
Yeah. He was here on Tuesday.
Yes.
We come
There was
early on
nothing
Wednesday.
here, and he was already at the door.
Anyway, well, Nuno Bizarro Santiago. Thank you very
for
much.
having me. Thank you for the beer.
No problem. I think Steve got it.
By the way, great outfit. I love the combination of the.
Oh, did you see
It's
it?
amazing.
Fashion statements.
Learn something from the master.
Yeah.
He's taking the piss. There's no possible way he can believe what he's saying.
It's amazing. You should see the
No, don't
amazing,
show him.
Pearl-
amazing pants.
Pearl Jam are rubbish as well, by the way.
They are.
You're the big Pearl Jam fan, aren't
Yeah, I
you?
am.
They were my least favorite grunge bands.
Who's that?
Pearl Jam.
Yeah, okay. I can
It was
see
nice meeting you.
But I'm going to see Jay Mascis in concert in a month.
Oh, that's good. I'm going to see Pearl Jam in Berlin in a month.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Oh, we'll go out for a drink when you're in
that. Oh,
Berlin.
there's Paolo.
It's a
Yeah. Excellent.
Paolo.
2 dates in July. You'll be there.
Oh, very. I will be there. Absolutely. Very exciting.
People are crazy about this. Amazing scoop.
They're still touring together.
Of course.
Yeah.
They're only like 60 or 70.
Oh, we gotta
People.
I just want to
We
state
need
that I'm
another
seeing
mature
Tool
guest.
in June, and that beats every one of you.
You're seeing what?
So unfortunately, Martin Wallace's new Steam game is not at the show.
No.
Bye, guys.
So I wonder. So Costin asks.
What are we talking
So
about?
you can
here?
answer this question. I wonder how this con would be without alcohol. What do you think? What would
I
Leiria
don't know. It would.
Con
No,
be
I
without
think
alcohol?
Uli might be slightly more tolerable, but only slightly.
I don't know. I don't drink, so.
Oh yeah,
I
that's
have
true.
no- I have
I've
no
never
opinion.
seen you. I've never seen you
I
have a
no
drink.
opinion about that.
Exactly. So we just spoke to your partner.
Yes. Move the camera. We can't see him.
Oh, and he just announced.
No, it's really not necessary to do that.
And he just announced. Nuno just announced that not only are you now design partners, but you're also lovers. How happy are you about this development in your relationship?
Well, I'm
Breaking
fine.
news.
My wife is not liking very much, but
Especially as it's Nuno's sister.
yes.
So how
But-
did you get together with Nuno's sister? Did you know Nuno before you got together with his sister?
No. I met my wife before, and then Nuno. You know, it's one of those things.
And you were
I'm
like,
attached.
and you were like, do
You're
I
like,
have
you're
to?
like the cool guy, and he just wanted to hang out with you.
Exactly.
And you're like,
it was,
fine.
You know, this kid, this 14-year-old kid, and I had to deal with him.
And you were like-
until today.
You were like, oh, for fuck's sake, do I have to deal with a shitty little brother?
Yeah. You know how it works, right? So
But if you get on the good side of the brother, that helps you with the sister, I assume.
exactly. If
Yeah.
you have good words with the brother, then
But
I mean, it worked.
I already assumed you had wowed her with your magical masculine abilities before you met Nuno. I mean, once you've had some Paolo, you never
This
go
is
in.
not the live stream I thought I was
Paolo,
going
yeah.
to be on. I have to be honest.
So how exciting is it?
To what?
How exciting is
It's
it to
not
have
funny, Uli.
to have some new games coming out?
It's very exciting. Yeah, it's been a while since we don't make new games, so this is very exciting. It's the first time we are doing them now. This year we are going to publish one, so it's very exciting.
What is the company called?
Pythagoras. It's a Portuguese company.
Pythagoras, yeah.
Pythagoras.
Yeah.
Pythagoras.
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 We say Pythagoras.
And
Yes.
when's it coming out? Essen?
Essen, yeah, 2024 this year in Essen. Yeah,
And is it going to be another one of your super heavy
not
complex
super
games?
heavy, but it's like I don't know, Nippon kind of style, let's say.
And do you have a theme? What's the theme?
The theme is about the Asian tigers. So it's
Okay.
an economical game about the Asian tigers, the growth of the 4 countries that are called Asian tigers.
And
It's
it's
Taiwan, Singapore, South Korea, and Hong Kong.
right.
So it's a game about those 4 countries and how they economically grew during the 1960s, 70s, 80s.
And so why these Asian themes? You seem
I don't know. There's some fascination eventually about Asia. I don't know. I have no idea. It's just an idea that we have for a long, long time. Even before Nippon, I think. Yeah,
and so you design a lot of sort of economic games.
that's because we like them.
Yeah. So what's your? I mean, do you in economics? Did you have a background, a training in
No.
economy?
Do you have quantitative acumen?
Not yet, but
I don't know what that means. What's that mean?
Like skill with numbers.
Oh, okay.
no, not at all. No, my background is basically communication, so I have nothing to do with numbers. People like to think that I am good with numbers, but I'm not. I mean, they don't like to think. I think I don't know. My wife says that I'm good with numbers, but only because it's how do you say it? It's an advantage for her because I could explain maths to the kids, you know.
Right.
But if you're designing
But
a heavy Euro game with an economic element, you have to like work with spreadsheets and like distributions of.
Not that much. You try a
probabilities.
5 and then a 6 and then a 7 and it works.
You make it sound so easy.
It's not complicated. If you are used to do this thing, you just try a number and then
It's not that complicated. You should design a midway
A bit
economic Euro game.
economic game. Yeah.
comes from the feeling, the dynamics that the game creates. It has nothing to do with numbers. I mean, it has to do with numbers, but that's the last part of the thing. That is related to the balancing,
Right.
which you only find out during playtesting. And
Have you ever thought about designing a board game about a super cool podcaster with horrible trousers?
With the best fashion sense in the world.
what do you mean? Do you have someone in mind? Because
It's like an abstract game.
an abstract.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can consider that. Yeah,
Think about
why
it.
not?
We'll
Why
think
not?
about it.
Economical?
We'll talk at Essen.
Yes.
So how excited are you about Leiria Con this year?
I don't know. I think this is now a marathon for us.
Right.
It's like the day zero that usually happens very, very, very slow, which was yesterday.
Yeah.
And we had already around 200 people inside.
More
And
people gaming this year than ever, right? On
yes,
Wednesday night.
it's the day zero. So
Uli was here on day -1.
Yeah.
it's the best day. It's the day zero. And now it's getting already too crowded. And today is only Thursday. So I'm afraid that tomorrow, I don't know, I think I'm going to Nazaré or something to take a walk. And
Well, I
do
mean,
something else.
You know, I could suggest if you don't want to get tired and exhausted at the convention, maybe don't drink any alcohol.
I have to. No. No, the thing is, this is a marathon. You have to go slow now. We are getting older, but we are more prepared to run for the 5 days now almost. So
So final question.
yeah,
I'm going to see Sporting Club de Portugal.
we just lost now. So I'm.
Oh, you've just lost. You've been
I'm
knocked out of the
very-
Europa League.
I'm very frustrated about that. We lost to Atalanta from Italy.
Oh,
and-
Liverpool had a terrible result tonight.
Yeah, 6-1. Yeah.
So, which player should I be looking out for when I see him on Saturday? Sunday.
I have to say Gyökeres. He's a very, very good striker from Sweden. You will like to watch him.
And would Amorim be a good manager for Liverpool?
No, he's a terrible manager. Don't take him. Don't take him. He's the worst manager in the world. We want to keep him for a long, long time because we need terrible managers here. So.
Exactly. All right. Thank you very much,
You're
Paolo.
welcome.
Vamp for a bit
Why don't you vamp?
because I've got to go and grab some people.
No, but I can go grab people.
Do you want to go and grab Jason
I'll
Matthews?
do what I can.
Okay.
Wait,
so
Paolo, do you need help with anything? Because Uli's available if you need to take him to help you with something.
what is he doing? He's bringing a speaker. What's this? Is this Pearl Jam?
I don't know. You have copyright for this?
Oh yeah, no worries,
Oh,
no worries. I'm mates with Eddie Vedder, so it's fine.
Me too.
So,
Uli, this is an important one. Please try not to spoil it.
oh, she said, "Here I got a little story for you." So we have, as a guest, the former.
Can we please bring some gravitas to this fucking live stream?
When I got into the hobby, the pinnacle of board games was a little game, number 1 BGG, Twilight Struggle, and here we are with the Anosh des Spiels Award winner.
Ben,
Exactly, that's exactly what I said.
how long was it number 1?
God, how long was it number 1? 5 years? 6 years?
6 years.
Yeah,
Longest
crazy.
streak?
We were
I
up
think
until
Puerto Rico-
Doom,
Oh, was it?
or Gloom rather, not Gloom.
Yeah, it was
And
a
then-
long time.
Yeah,
Jason Matthews. Jason, welcome to the live stream.
Thank you. My
So,
pleasure.
so this is your first Leiria Con. Is it
Yes.
your first trip to Portugal?
Also, my first trip to Portugal.
What's your impression?
I mean, this has become like retirement central for Americans lately.
Yeah, I'm sure it
It's-
has because it's cheap.
It's cheap. It's lovely.
Yeah.
People are quite warm, and you don't have to put up with the politics in Florida. So
That's very true. So, if anyone's got any question for Jason Matthews, we got a question from Jim Cribbins. He asks, "What's in the future for Jason?"
the grave probably.
Yeah,
soon
it's
enough.
inevitable, unfortunately, especially with the amount I drink. I'm certainly there too.
Right now, I'm working on another Twilight Struggle sequel, so to speak.
Which one?
It's called South Asian Monsoon, and this game, if Twilight Red Sea was sort of like an introductory game to help people introduce the system, this will be Twilight Struggle Advanced. So harder.
So more harder than the original Twilight
Yes,
Struggle.
trying to appeal to the hardcore gamers for it. It'll still be shorter, so about 5 turns instead of 10, but a more intense experience.
And so, what do you attribute Twilight Struggle's insane renown? I assume it hasn't sold like Ticket to Ride or anything, but it's
For
still
a war game company, it has.
Sure,
Right? So
right.
there's that. I mean, there are 2 things, really. The first is just Alan Moon, who ironically used Ticket to Ride. Alan Moon, at a gathering that I was coming to attend, the gathering used to be like a 2-week thing, and I usually picked 1 week or the other. And so I went up to the gathering. It had already been going on for a week. I walk in the doors, and everyone's like, "Have you seen Alan?" I'm like, "No, I just walked in here." And they said, "Well, he's locked himself in his room, and he's been playing Twilight Struggle the whole time."
Bloody hell.
And so he comes out, and he's like saying all these effusive things, and he said something. He put out something, I think, in the context of the gathering, saying how much he enjoyed Twilight Struggle. And after that quote came out, the ratings on Board Game Geek from that day on
Wow.
were like skyrocketed. And then there was also just we got lucky in terms of like, it was a weird time in world history and American history. There was kind of like a Cold War nostalgia. We were so wrapped up in the global war on terror and whatever. And at that time, even the Russians seemed preferable to what was happening. Now the Russians have,
it's changed.
So I
Now it's
have
different.
a question. I'm really into card-driven games lately. What do you think is just amazing about this style of game or this mechanic? Because I find it so engaging and so enriching and even like educational.
I think there's there are a lot of great things about it, but the most important thing is the way it allows you to both contextualize and particularize rules. Because before the card-driven system, every exception that you wanted to build into a war game, or the dynamics of politics that you wanted to build into a war game, were either randomized, which made it sort of dumb,
right,
or hardwired, which added a whole nother rule book so that you could simulate it. And it just, so most war game designers just ignored a bunch of stuff. It was too much rules overhead. And the card-driven system allows you to get all of that particularity, all of that kind of exceptionalism, if this then kind of rules, and
but
allow
feed
you
it in comfortably, right?
Exactly. Painlessly.
Right.
Like, you don't have to worry about it till it's in your hand. So good.
you're a man who's worked in politics. You're a man of a certain age. And you're a man who is an expert in the Cold War. And it's clear that history has kind of made a fool of him. But do you think that we're unduly harsh on Francis Fukuyama?
Yes, almost certainly.
Because I mean, he did say it was the end of history, and he's been proven very, very wrong.
He has been proven very, very wrong, and yet I think his central thesis that we're conducting an ideological debate in modern times, but it seems to already have a hero and a villain, right? Who is really excited about returning to authoritarianism?
Right.
Who is really interested in returning to Soviet-style communism or socialism? It's not that governments aren't adopting it. Well, of course the Germans. They didn't give it up the first time.
How dare you, Jason Matthews?
But so there's still some truth, even though you see this fraying at the edges around the international consensus around, kind of the post World War II system. I'm not convinced that the other side really has a serious
compelling argument.
Yeah.
They've got guns, though, haven't they?
Right.
So, question from Jim Crimmins: how is collaborating with another designer on a game like Ananda Gupta?
It's super helpful for me in a major way because it gives me internal accountability. Like if you rely on me to get something done for myself, I have a long list of things I want to watch on Netflix.
Right.
I could use another hour of sleep. But if I have to deliver someone to a colleague or a partner and we've split up the work, it makes me just more productive.
And you feel guilty about letting them down and not pulling your own weight, right?
And then, of course, you just benefit from someone else's perspective. So that's always a win. Yeah.
I tend to hang around with people cleverer than me. This is how you do it. Uli Blennerman, for one. So really enjoyed the interview with Jason on 5G4D. Jason, have you played Hegemony?
I have not yet, although I have met that designer, and it looks extraordinarily interesting. But it is sadly on my shelf of shame with a bunch of other things.
And so what have you got coming out then? So you've got the new heavy Twilight Struggle, but what else is in the design pipeline for you?
I've been working on for quite some time a game about the treason trial of Aaron Burr. Most Americans.
She did mention this on the show, yeah.
Most Americans know who Aaron Burr is thanks to the Hamilton musical, but he's sort of.
I used to live in Princeton. I saw his gravestone.
Well, there you go. Exactly.
Aaron Burr Society still maintains it.
Precisely. He is an extraordinarily important founding father, actually.
Right.
And unlike
sociopath.
Well, aren't they all? But he does this terrible thing after he kills Hamilton, and since treason trials for American high elected officials are all the rage,
right.
It seems like a good time to have a game about one.
Yeah, absolutely. So just to wrap up then. Just to wrap up then. I've never won an award for anything. Not even a participation prize.
Hey, not yet.
Not yet. How much of an honor is it to be given the Portuguese Game of the Year award?
I mean, it's so flattering. Of course, it's why I'm here. And I would not have. I guess it's doubly flattering because we didn't get an award from England or France, which
Right.
is who the game is about. But the Portuguese were like, "Hey, this is a really interesting design," and so you can only on its merits. So you can only be flattered when someone thinks that about your work. For myself, and I know for Ananda, I design until I like it.
Right.
So if I like it, I think it's good. And if someone else liked it, that's icing on the cake. And so it was very nice to have
for a
that.
Portuguese vacation.
Yes, exactly.
Jim Crimmins has got a question for you. Do you play your own games once they're published?
Yes, inevitably, perhaps reluctantly, but of course I have to teach, and I'm at all these damn conventions. So yes, do I do it just on my own? No, I usually have to be compelled.
When's the last time you played Twilight Struggle?
Not that long ago, I was actually teaching it to someone who wanted to learn, some nerd in DC. So I'm like, all right, I'll.
Seems like it would be somehow good in a classroom. I mean, it's a 2-player game, so maybe not classroom per se, but as an educational tool.
It's super that I'm super interested in that subject, and there was a nascent effort with a company that kind of went under that was going to try and provide teacher guides and materials to companies so that
I think they're playing Jenga.
They are playing Jenga, yeah.
so that you could easily translate a game like Twilight Struggle into a classroom setting. Unfortunately, that went under. But I've always, in the back of my head, I've thought about how could we get back to doing something like that.
I mean, do you think it would be a good idea that schools have games as set texts?
I do, but in the United States, we have a particular problem with the pressure that American teachers are under to cover the material required for our standardized testing.
Right.
And so if you tell them, they may love Twilight Struggle, but they're like, I don't have a day at all.
For what it's worth, when I was in a high school history class in 1992, we played diplomacy with the whole class in teams. And it worked pretty well. And that teacher won New Jersey Teacher of the Year.
Wow. High bar.
I don't know that you could get away with this nowadays. It was a long time ago. But it has been known to happen.
The other thing is I'm speaking in my gamma hat rather than as a designer, but another thing that we need more of, the United States and a lot of countries in the world are producing a lot of PhDs in gaming, but we are not getting a lot of academic work on the thing that we need to know, which is what is the efficacy of games in the classroom?
Right.
What ages, what topics, what kinds of games? We need to know this information because you can't go to a policymaker in the United States or anywhere else with no evidence that games
And yet
are good.
and yet you have stats saying it promotes engagement, it promotes retention of knowledge.
Right.
Then you could compel someone to spend a little bit of money, I guess.
Precisely.
Excellent. Well, Jason Matthews, thank you ever so much.
My pleasure.
I hope you're not
Good to see
too
you.
terribly jet lagged.
I'm doing okay today, so I'm feeling good about it.
Brilliant. Thank you ever so much.
All right. Thank you, guys.
All right, just so to wrap up, hopefully we'll survive. Oh, no, we got one more guest. Sorry.
We have 2 more at least.
Oh, we got 2 more at least.
I was not invited, so I didn't get the memo. Yes. You have my personal invitation.
You didn't get the dick memo.
I'm on another meeting.
So, I am here with famed board game designer Itzhak Shalev. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for
So how are you?
I think your best friend, CD
Is
Hunter,
that your
is
best
watching
question?
right now.
How are you?
It's a warm up. It's a warm.
Thank
Does
you-
everything
thank you for
does
giving me
everything
shit for
have
this.
to be a does everything have to be a fucking criticism and exegesis?
To be fair, all I've done today is play prototypes.
Right.
So it's been a lot of criticism and exegesis.
So, what do you think of the con so far?
I really love con.
How'd you feel about
the weather?
Yeah. See anything good today?
What are you doing later?
So red.
What's the best thing you've played?
Red. My favorite color. What's yours?
What do you think of Ben's trousers?
You love my
I
trousers.
love Ben's trousers. They look especially good around his ankles.
Oh, it's a spicy steam, ladies and gentlemen. Steam stream.
Is this on the main feed, by the way?
This is live.
Oh my god.
It's going out on the main feed.
Anyway, so
Donald Trump could be watching this right now.
yes, I agree. Wait, someone get CD Hunter to start arguing with Isaac. We need him.
CD Hunter, say anything.
Matt Curtis says it's FBD.
What's FBD?
Famed board game designer.
Yeah.
So, this is your third Leiria Con now.
Yes, sir.
What's your view on it?
I've
been going for an hour and 15 minutes. I'm getting tired.
I mean, I think it's all about hanging out with us, isn't it?
Exactly.
Yeah, no, look, Leiria Con is great. So a friend of mine just showed up, totally by surprise. This is a buddy I met back when I was living in Connecticut.
He has other friends.
I don't believe it.
I do. He didn't tell me he was coming because he wasn't sure he'd be able to come. He hadn't pre-registered. It was going to be a little crazy. And he just moved to Ireland as well. So he showed up.
It's the country where everybody's angry all the time.
Yeah, so much higher.
It was wonderful to see him, and it was such a surprise. And so, I walk him into the place, and it's his first time here. And so I point over there, and I'm like, "Oh, do you know who that guy is?" He's like, "No." I'm like, "Oh, that's Ignacy Trzewiczek." Oh, cool. Come over here. Come over this side. That's Karthik Sethi. He's Germany's best gamer.
Yeah.
And next to him is Uli Blenneman, who's of course the.
No, that was not.
It was not an invitation for your face.
Head of Spielworks, and Ben and Steve are interviewing Jason Matthews, and that's the joy of Leiria Con, is that it's board game royalty, but nobody's wearing the crown. Nobody's putting on airs. Everyone's having a great time, and it's just a fantastic place to play and to play prototypes, and most importantly, to buy beers for $1.50.
So Uli is counting as board game royalty. Is that what you're saying? I think we can all agree with Matt Curtis, who says, "Put the nostrils away, Uli."
Please.
So what's your gaming highlight been today?
I actually just played with Karthik, a phenomenal trick taker.
Okay.
So it was
By Ren Multimaki.
By Ren Multimaki. So it was Ren and Jason Matthews against me and Karthik.
Which one?
It's called.
Huh? No, which game?
KS.
I don't think he's asking you which game, not which Karthik.
Which game? He'll tell me the truth.
The game was Verdun.
Verdun.
So it's a
Like
trick
the World War
taker.
I battle?
Yeah.
Just like, he's putting the fun back in Verdun.
Yeah.
It was really a wonderful game, and it's going to be out on Kickstarter, and you all should check it out. It's a game that I think is both satisfying for folks who are interested in, the history and the wargaming, but also for anyone who's into trick taking. It does some really, really unusual and incredible things. We had a great time with it. And it's the kind of thing where somebody shakes you at dinner and you're like, "Do you have plans right after dinner for 25 minutes?" And you're like, "I guess I do." And it's going to be like 50 minutes and it's not going to be right after dinner.
Right.
But you're like, you know what? What am I here for? I'm here to play cool shit that I can't play anywhere else. And I'm here to do it with Jason Matthews and Karthik Sethi.
Yeah.
And I guess
Mostly Karthik Sethi.
Mostly Big KS, yeah.
He would insist on it.
But yeah, so we had a fantastic time. I also would like to say that I am never going to play another game with Jason Matthews.
Why?
Ever again, because we won, and I will never do that again.
Boom. So another guest. Come on, the viewers. You're a legend.
You can just
the
stick
viewers,
your hand up my butt and make me.
The viewers need to know.
Isn't that basically what he's doing to all of us all the time?
You have been mentioned several times.
So here we are, ladies and gentlemen. This is very exciting. We have the leader of the world board game industry.
Leader. Do you need anything, Karthik?
I'm good, thanks.
This is Big KS, Karthik Sethi. I want everyone in the chat to let him know how excited you are to be seeing him. Karthik, how's Leiria Con?
It's great. I think it's my fourth or fifth year.
Veteran.
And
When was your first year? 2018?
2018.
2019 was my first.
Yeah, so this is the highlight of the year, board gaming wise.
So you've
For
played a
sure.
few games today, right?
Yeah.
You played a few games today.
Yeah.
And my prototype was the best, right?
Of course, it was all the way up here, and all the other prototypes are here.
Yeah, bullshit.
You know? I played Aska's new
Yeah,
prototype,
crap.
which is launching next year,
Yeah.
and also Ren's.
Yeah,
You know?
crap.
All
What about mine, though?
You can publish it tomorrow, Ben.
Okay, so Jim Crimmins want Karthik, please rate Ben's pants on a scale from 1 to insane.
Insane.
Yeah,
Always
thank you.
insane.
Thank you.
I'm
Karthik will tell the
pro-Ben.
truth. Karthik will tell the truth. Wait a minute. Insane in a good way?
Yes.
I'm a fashion icon, right?
With the glasses
Yeah.
and the pants. Come on. Come on, Steve.
I don't think you should be supporting this. You're not doing him any favors.
Why?
He has to go out in the world like this, and I have to stand next to him.
But you can see him from a mile away and you know,
That's
hey,
the
that's
problem.
Ben.
That's fucking Ben. Right, so we got another guest.
Wait, but no one saw this.
Oh,
We are
sorry.
having another guest. We are
And now I
having
leave.
another guest.
So here we are,
Hello.
all the way from Copenhagen. We have
Can I
designer
curse?
Guy Curse.
Can I curse?
Oh yeah, whatever you want.
Fuck yeah.
So
It's mandatory.
yeah, it is mandatory. So we have the designer of Heat, Pedal to the Metal, Flamme Rouge, Deep Blue, fucking Aqua.
And his latest game,
Aqua is the newest release. It's just out everywhere in
Yeah,
the world.
yeah, you can buy
It's
it.
very cheap. It's fantastic. It's off to a great start. I really recommend you go play it.
Excellent. So here we are with Asger Granerud. This is your first Leiria Con. What do you think?
I love it so far. Yeah.
Explain why.
There are enough spaces that it's possible to avoid you.
That's true. It's
that's a
good.
good answer.
Yes, yes.
But it's just small enough that if you want to get a boner having a quick look at me, you can just pop around the corner and have a look.
Come touch you up a bit.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah. No, of course. It's March and back home in Denmark.
It's a fucking nightmare.
Weather is terrible, and
Yeah.
and here I've been wearing t-shirts both days and walking around.
You went swimming in the sea, right?
I wanted to, but then
Oh, you
I
didn't
forgot.
go?
No,
So I
it
looked
was
on
raining
Facebook.
this morning. Yeah.
Well, on Facebook, you took a picture the other day, and I thought you'd just come out swimming in the sea.
Oh yes. Oh, that was down at Nasseray. I went to look at the biggest waves in the world. But
Oh, really?
There was no waves when I was there.
Amazing. Where's Nazaré?
It's 40 minutes away from here. It's literally where the biggest waves have been surfed in the world.
In Portugal?
Yes, 40 minutes south of here.
Oh, bloody hell. Are you a surfer?
No, but I'd like to look at big
things,
big waves.
You're not in the right place.
So, if you're going to recommend this convention to people if they wish to come,
Yes.
what would you say to them?
So it's only started today for my first day, so I wouldn't call myself an expert, but super friendly people. All the
Yeah.
Portuguese are really, really, really nice as far as I've experienced. There's nice food, there's nice drinks. Yes. And even
fucking Uli.
Even nice Germans.
Yeah, not Uli, but nice Germans, yeah. And so, how... I spoke to you about this a couple of weeks ago when I had you on the show, but do you consider yourself now, because you've been in the industry plugging away for a long time, and you've had the big breakthrough. Flamme Rouge is very popular, but I assume it's nothing on the scale of Heat, right? What is it like to have that big hit?
It's first of all, it's really nice.
Yeah.
It's, and of course, it's a big financial boost as well. It means that if this keeps going, I don't have to think about it again. Mainly because I have low expenses.
Right, exactly.
No wife, no kids,
Yeah.
no expensive car, no nothing. Right. So that keeps it simple. So that's nice, just having that freedom. I don't know. I've always felt that I probably was trotting along towards that path.
But you always said something really interesting. You said something really interesting to me about 3 or 4 years ago.
I think even longer ago, but I remember what it is maybe.
There's this accepted saying that you make no money in board games, and you said to me, it's fucking bullshit. If you plug away and you do the work, you'll make the money. It's like a job.
Yes.
And so, do you think that complexion has changed? Do you think that designers treat board game designing less like a hobby and more like a job?
No, I think it's always been that way. I think, but I think we talk about it as one thing. I think we talk about it as one industry, and it's like asking someone, what's the way to make music? But it's different if it's jazz and if it's rock and if it's techno music. So of course, different people go into it with different expectations and plans. But if you there is obviously money in the industry, and when I talked to you about it, I also knew it because I was running a distributor at the time.
Right, exactly.
Right, so I could see all the flow of the money, and I know that if you're getting a percentage of these things, you will be making money. I had this saying, I probably said it on the podcast before. I say 30, 10, 1. So I say you design 30 games, so you make 30 prototypes.
Right. I've done one. I think it's gonna be the new Ticket to Ride.
Of those 30 prototypes, 10 of them gets published.
Right.
That's if you're pretty good.
Okay? Yeah.
So 1 in 3 gets published. Of those 10 that gets published, 1 of them makes money. 30,
Right.
10, 1. Right? 9 of them might be okay, or is
And is your
terrible.
hit rate isn't 30, 10, 1 though, right?
It depends on what you mean as a hit rate. Of course, that's hard to.
Games that are helping you pay the rent and put food on the table.
I think it's about that. I think maybe there are 3 games or so that really have helped put food on the table. Maybe a little more, and I've had about 25 published. So that's so 2.5. Yes.
And why Heat then? Why is Heat the big one?
I think we plotted away on the development of it for like 4 years, 3-4 years. In some ways, maybe the fact that the pandemic came mean that the release got delayed, and that meant that we added in the what was initially like some of the expansion ideas were added
folded
together.
into the game.
Yeah, and they were having a hard time finding the right price point to push it, because the core game, even though people think that these prices are insanely boosted, but that's generally because people don't understand what production costs are.
Right.
And if you go down in price point, going down from 70 to 60 doesn't change anything for the target audience. Going to 50 doesn't change anything. If you really want to make it accessible, then you go all the way down to 40 or to 35 and all these things. So I think we managed to make a big box where we put enough into it that the people who got their hands on it immediately, they could keep diving into the details and get really excited about it. It's almost as if you were a fan, you already had your next 3 expansions.
Right.
So I think that got people.
Do you think you're reviving the racing game? Because I think there's always been this genre in the hobby, but it's been a bit out of fashion for a long time.
I don't think so, but I've been asked this question for almost 10 years, because I was asked it almost since Flamme Rouge. And I think, and I've also heard it a lot from the German publishers and distributors, they're saying racing games don't sell in Germany, right? I think that there's a lot of, I'm allowed to curse, so I think there's a lot of bullshit wisdom, right? From a lot of people who thinks that they've seen 3 anecdotes, they point in one direction.
Right, exactly.
And then they believe this is the truth of the world.
There was a thing about 10 years ago where they always said, oh, sci-fi games don't sell in
Yes,
Germany. And
yes.
it's fucking bullshit.
Or they
right?
say abstract games don't sell, and then Azul proves it will sell, right? Or so I think that these things are true until they're
not true.
Proven by someone that they are not true. In other words, I think they were never true. I think they were just false myths.
So I'm very angry with Jim Crimmins because he's bringing up another podcast on this live stream, but he asks, how big a deal was the Shut Up and Sit Down review for Flamme Rouge?
I think it was pretty big. I don't actually know for sure, because I think it was sold out fast enough, and maybe not as mainstream as Heat. I think it was probably bigger for Heat.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think almost for a month after that review, maybe starting just before it, almost for a month straight, it was number 1 on hotness.
Right.
I think for 26 or 27 days,
it was
straight number 1.
How big a deal is this live stream appearance going to be?
I think this is gonna make Aqua sell hundreds of thousands.
Hundreds of thousands.
You're going to be able to buy
because it's the only thing we're talking.
You're going to be able to buy your own island in Denmark.
I'm going to be able to buy my own Leiria Con.
Yeah, exactly.
So if you were looking at the whole convention, if you were to say, who is the sexiest person
Besides you.
Let's not run before we can walk.
Okay.
The sexiest person currently hosting a live stream at Leiria Con 2024. I think that's the correct answer. Asger Granerud, thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Pleasure.
All right, so we're going to wrap up, Steve.
What a cavalcade.
What a cavalcade. And Ignacy's not here, is he?
And you know what?
So
I said this year I wanted to do it right. First of all, by actually appearing in the live stream.
Yeah, I mean, you were late, but you appeared.
And secondly, by making sure that Uli Blenneman couldn't spoil it for us and everyone else by sticking his fat forehead in the. There he goes again. No one wants to see it, Uli. No one
Everyone wants to see it, Uli. Don't listen to him. He's such a buzzkill.
We wanted no forehead in the camera this time. We got 10 times as much.
Do you know what the first comment I got on when I did the video on demand upload of this live stream last year?
Who's this dickhead sticking his nostrils in the camera?
Yeah, that was the comment.
I think we have a new T-shirt brewing.
So,
more foreheads in the feed.
So, how much do you love Leiria Con?
I feel really fortunate that I don't often feel fortunate that I met you, Ben, because you're a giant pain in the ass.
Yeah.
But you've actually brought me into an entire world that I didn't even know existed. I had some inkling of a suspicion that board games were big in Germany.
Right.
I had no idea that you could have an experience like this. So if you hadn't convinced me to come, I mean, because you exaggerate a lot about all the things that you like.
Right.
Everything with you is either the best or the worst.
Right.
And you persuaded me that this is the best of the cons. And this is my third time here because you were right. Everything about this con is done to perfection. The ambiance, the atmosphere, there's only one problem with it. Yeah.
And good night.
Good night.